Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With the development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present. Something that can even reach like distant places, you know. The one who performs the music doesn't necessarily have to be everywhere in the world. You have this sort of stuff to help to spread the love through music around the world. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. Which, again, sounds very inefficient. You would think that they would create it in a way that a music disc can be played on any music box. Well, I mean, as long as they're similar in mechanisms and such. But you mean to say that it is like particular to a certain music box, or I don't know. I don't get it as of now. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Like, are we sure we cannot even, I don't know, go to a place where they sell like music boxes and try it out a little bit, see if any of them work? I see. So that's why, naturally, I tested the disc on those few music boxes I have at my disposal. Oh, okay, so you tested some of those. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. All of them? Yes, all of them. Every single one? That's early for you. Now it's taking things too far. My dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. But please don't. What? Oh god, we better find like the correct music box like real fast. Otherwise, we're gonna be flying away from this place. We're no longer gonna have like any home anymore. Magnus been yielded. Not a name I expect to hear again so soon. Yeah, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGill perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGild's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that he remains an unsolved case. Murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Fry's fired mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. I still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilda was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. It would appear the case is not yet closed. Surely not. I said it from the beginning, and we're being confronted with that too. In my eyes, it is not yet closed. Alright, so how are we gonna proceed from now on?
Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Gina will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Sissy. There's plenty to do.
I think I should investigate the condition of my faithful performer partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Well, you better pay close attention, Sholmes. It could be that the cat either destroyed it or they stole it again to sell it. Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windbeck said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris' in pawn, didn't he?
Did he? Yeah, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Were his words, I believe. Wait, why the hell did I speak with that kind of tone? Oh god. Now Sholmes' mannerisms are seeping into my personality as well.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh, yes! There's such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windyback's storeroom, gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker storeroom is the safest place for it. More secure than a bank's vault.
What about your Stradivarius, Harry? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hardy?
Baskerville? I don't remember reading that. Do I even have a book of that?
Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it.
Ah! What happened? Did I miss something? What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Icy chill? Oh god, it's Zix, isn't it? He's behind Yurionosuke!
Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles? But how could you know the full title?
Actually, not even mention it, yeah. I don't remember Windyback ever actually mentioning the title of the manuscript.
Well, that's...
Susie? Did you just secretly go into the storeroom to steal some stuff? Well, you are trying to steal the manuscript, aren't you? That's because Miss Sato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. Yeah, but nobody knows of that.
But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hardy the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said he kept it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Willie Banks.
And yet, how could Susie here know it's Taro? Well, Holly, what's going on?
Ah, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Lucky, lucky. Hey there, Gina. Gina! This is Trot. This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. Now you're trying to back it up as soon as you enter the door. Come here, come here. I'm going. Eh? No, wait, Mr. Strad. I've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris?
Oh, yes. Just right there, Deanie. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, City.
Right, of course.
It's a pleasure to see you here, Mrs. Strad. Please, make yourself at home.
No one stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come on in. Let's say it to some mellow song. I won't take no for an answer. Mellow song it is then. Hey, we also have Yagahai to be a part of the dinner. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. Sarcasm. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Yeah. Like our criminal life starting at the pawnbrokery with stealing the music disc. Susato going into the storeroom to steal stuff, including the Hound of Baskervilles, and now we are being taught by the master of pickpocketing. Yeah, criminal path all the way. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night. Oh, that was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Whew, boy, I am all stuffed. I feel like a huge turkey right now with my big fat belly.
Oh, yes. Iris's cooking was truly divine. And he sure do look like a turkey.
Juicy turkey. Susato? You're not gonna... I mean, this is April. I think that we have, like, lots of months left for Thanksgiving to prepare you, Udonosuke. Wait, prepare me? What? And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court.
Where the hell is this coming from? Ah yeah, because Gina taught her that, okay. Naruda-san, could I consult you with about something, I wonder? It is about the telegram, isn't it? What's the matter, Satsu-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Okay then. Let's talk about this, Susato. Speak your heart. The one that arrived first this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
Okay, that's not a word that sounds good to me in the back of my mind. I don't know, it feels kind of itchy, like it's... like I'm scratching my head right over here. Please detail us that. What? Summoned? What do you mean? I hope it doesn't start with J and ends with N.
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
Ah, okay. Wait, what? Lord Chief Justice? When? Like, I was thinking of Japan. She has to go back to Japan for some reason. In which case, that would have been...
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruto-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? I was asking, like, why her? And not Ryunosuke. What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I should find out tomorrow.
What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who would that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Good evening, CD. Ah, yes. Hello again. Gina!
And Gina, too. Yeah, Gina's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny?
Wow. Yeah.
How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea.
Slowly, we're gonna be corrupting her as well. She is gonna stay with us after this. Like, this is gonna be her new home.
You know, I've learned so much today. Oh? What in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
You mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We have fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? Yeah, you know, it is sleight of hand. It teaches you some sleight of hand to do some magic shows. And I've surely learned some stuff from her. Not for pickpocketing purposes, but magic stuff.
I think I reckon a natural talent. I can earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. Even better, to steal other people's inventions. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Yeah. You. Give me that.
Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
I've forgotten. That literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Thank you.
Alright then, good night!
Yeah, good night.
So this is your office, is it?
What, you never came here to see it in these 2 months?
What do you think, Genie?
I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer who lives in a place like this.
Yeah, me too.
It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. Yeah, she has something in mind, but whether she's talking about random stuff like this office.
I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
I suppose she probably does. I'm curious as well, like what significance this manuscript has to both Iris and Sholmes.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Are you going to tell me? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. No, not at all, Iris. Not at all.
I don't know what all this is about really, but it's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mental script or whatever you call it.
It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Hmm. Daddies?
That's right. I suppose I mentioned it to you before, Genie, but my daddy was Harley's assistant once. His partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister? You know, this just came to me. Like, thinking about not the series, but you know, Capcom. Maybe you really should be thinking about doing like spin-offs with Sherlock Holmes, doing like famous cases of actual Sherlock Holmes stories and such. I remember like years ago, I feel like I remember playing at least one Sherlock Holmes game. I barely even remember any of it, but a spin-off series with Sherlock Holmes here? I'm totally down for that, you know. Like, actual mystery solving without the lawyering part. Maybe throw in a couple of lawyering parts here and there to reference Leonoska's adventures and such, but it could be exclusively Sherlock Holmes and Iris. Although, well, the reason why you would have a Watson-type character is because, well, you wouldn't want to follow the thoughts of Sherlock Holmes himself. The reason why a Watson-type character exists is because of having the reader relate to a more simple character like Watson and such. See the eyes through a normal person and see Sherlock Holmes. In which case, you would totally need like a new character for that kind of spin-off. That is not Leonoski. Maybe Susato. Or Gina. Yeah, she is a good option. Because Iris, she is basically going there as a smart detective as well, so... Apparently so. I was so surprised that you are, though.
Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So, I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now then?
He had to go away on urgent business. To a faraway land. He'll be gone for a very long time. So, I never really met him.
Oh, right. Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Yeah, might as well. We're getting to know each other. She's no longer a stranger to us from now on. She cannot escape. The sound of the Baskerville story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts.
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know. But it must be special in some way. Because after I written it and I showed the manuscript to Harley, he turned as white as a sheet. It's the first time I've ever seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris. But the story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
Why not? It's one of my best works.
Not at liberty to say, not know. So please, do not ask me.
Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windbeck, isn't it? To keep it safe from you, basically.
Yeah. And he said it had to be somewhere very safe. It really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's mean, that's what it is. Keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Jones is trying to be mean here.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. Yeah, I'm pretty curious as well. I guess it kind of sucks that I don't even remember if I... Nah, I don't think I have How the Basket Feels. I don't think I've read that before. I would remember at least titles. Like, I have, like, a huge, well, not huge, but I do have a set of books over here of Sherlock Holmes and Hercule Poirot stories and such. I don't... Like, I can already see it from here, like, the titles. And I don't want to stop it, like, right here to see. But I don't remember How the Basket Feels. I don't remember having it. I've heard of it, but I don't have it. So... I wouldn't be able to tell you, like, why Sholmes is trying to hide this stuff. Like, maybe if I were to know the story, maybe if I were to know the story, I would deduce something, but... No, I got nothing as of now, so I guess it is a matter of waiting for this.
I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. But he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Shums is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it.
What?
Iris, lying to me?
Gina? You are, you are being mean right over here. You don't know Sholmes. You don't know Iris. So you cannot say stuff like that. Then again, Gina is pickpocket. She would know when people lie and stuff, but it's not polite. Okay, let me see. Gina is right over here. Hey there. So, about your parents. I realized that I don't anything. I realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I? Never did I. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us, from the minute we're born. Not even our moms. But we all stick together. The other ones look after the little ones, and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah. Diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, aren't I? That's how I see it.
Like the Dark Avenger.
Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I just thought it'd make everything right. But having listened to what I just said, sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh,
No, I don't think that she meant that.
I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them. It's true.
Huh?
I do want to see Daddy so much.
Oh, yes. Okay, changing the subject over here a little bit. About the lie. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes' lying virus?
Well, he reckons he popped that manuscript or whatever, right? Come on. That's obviously a lot of rubbish. My, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. That story was really in an old Windy Bank storeroom. There's no way someone from Alpha way around the world, north you, could know about it. Uh, sorry, Iris, but you asked me, and you sold it. Without telling you. But Harry would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Ha! Grown-ups do a lot of worse than that, believe me. They're fast liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that mental script ain't at Windybanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Shams is a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Harley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Or I don't know. You know it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Alright. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. One day Sean's is gonna tell you.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting time. Come along, Jeannie. We should go back downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
Jeez, don't mention any of this to Honey, will you?
My lips are sealed. And you know what I have to say about my lips.
Yeah, though you don't have any. Yo ho 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 ho.
Of course not. Good night, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I cannot wait, Sissy. Good night, then.
That was that was quite a heavy. That entire thing was quite heavy. Like the topics that we had there about Gina's parents, about the reason why Shoms was hiding that. Yes, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she just speaks like an adult. A child that just grows up like so fast. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a good thing. Deep down, she is still just a child.
I think it's time I turn in for the night too, Naruto-san.
Alright, Susato. Good night. Dr. John H. Wilson. Iris' father. But also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yumi University. It cannot be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Yeah, and we're also gonna have to talk about that as well. Some things in life are just as hard to handle as a troll as well. So, that voice, that's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Mrs. Strud. She's gone. No. Gina? God damn it. I told you guys to lock her room up. just so that we can have her forever. She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she is an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? Yeah, but something tells me that she's gonna come back. I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I see the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Sato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home. But I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow. Okay, what's this about? Eh? Okay, well, the pawnbrokery seems to be still open. Or the lights are. At the very least, the lights are on. Wait a minute, why is there a light on this time of night? And that's Mr. Windyback's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windyback's. Oh no.
It's simple. If that story was really an old Windyback storeroom, there's no way someone from Alpha Way around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Cyrus, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
Could you not have gone? Since he has some knowledge of the situation, Miss Naruto. Oh, good Christ. Knowing our luck, she's probably there trying to steal the manuscript. And, well, that's not necessarily the thing that I'm most worried about. I am mostly worried about her being caught on camera for that. Like, exactly, like, either 10 p.m. or 10:30 or 11. If she's caught on camera, then we're going for another round of trialing, boys. Sorry? Oh no. No, not really. But anyway, we must investigate. At once. And the thing is, if she does steal it, then I don't know how we can go for her innocence, knowing that she would steal it, unless she doesn't steal it. One 14 a.m. Okay, well at least it's not fixed hour. It's not 1 a.m. or 1:30. The door to Mr. Windyback's. It's open.
And the lamp is burning.
Must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. There's no one here. Oh yes, there is.
Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes!
Oh god! Sean's being shot? Leave me, Miss Naruto. But after them. Go! Right! Oh, you sneaky bastards, I'm gonna catch you! Last. I've lost them. Hello, hello. What have we here? The alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? The policeman close behind me. I ran back to Windyback's.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado,
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina!
I'll be right, Mr. Nodo. After them. Go! Behind that door, in the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina? From that moment, Windyback's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. I think that fold happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn, before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Alrighty then, Mom. 2 months have passed. And I guess now it is a new day for a new case. For a new trial. Oh, Iris.
A telegram came. Well, all it said was, wait at home.
Yeah, we asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Ernie and Jeannie were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Bruno?
Poor Iris. She's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get worried. Alright, well, I'll explain everything that I know. And we should also make like some tea for Iris to calm down.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Alright, well. Let's talk about this. I'm sorry to have to tell you, Cyrus, but Mr. Winback is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning. We discovered it at 1:14 a.m.
Oh. I had a feeling.
You did?
Well, I saw all those police carriages putting up outside his shop. So I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windyback's in the small hours, we observed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out onto the street, and I chased after them, but they got away.
So, he was one of them who shot old Mr. Windyback, I suppose.
We don't know that for certain. I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. And this one is gonna be really bad to hear. It's Gina.
Jeannie? But why?
Well, the thing is,
No. He wouldn't do something like that.
I know. None of us think she did it. It could very well be that she was incriminated for it, that she is being falsely accused for it, that somebody made it so that she'll be the one to be blamed for this.
Then why have they arrested her?
Sorry, there was nothing I could do. Alright. And there's also Sean's situation. Oof.
So where's Harry then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes as well. He was taken to hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windybags, a gun was fired, and he took a bullet. Not something vital, though. We do have to mention you this. It is not vital.
Hurley? A shot? No. No.
It's alright. His life isn't in danger.
Really? You sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinners. They're tending to him there.
I must see him. At once.
Sorry, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Annie.
It was the two thugs who were in Winnybag's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when they disturbed him, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I really shouldn't have hesitated. Oh, so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away. Alright, well, let's not worry about that sort of stuff. The past is the past. And those two are gonna be caught. Sholmes is gonna be just fine after this entire thing ends, and, well, we're gonna see about getting Gina out of this whole mess.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't air that.
Yeah, I guess that is a good thing.
Where's Sissy, Bruno?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
Oh, don't worry. She is fine. Let's not... We are not going to be adding to the pile of people that are being in danger right over here. At least, they didn't find out that Susie stole anything from the storeroom, so there's at least that. She's still being questioned. The police said that they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Why aren't you there with Susato, Ironosuke? Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway. So they weren't questioning me for long. Well, yeah, but what about Susato? And Miss Susato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
And besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. Yeah, that's a good point. How stupid of me to not think of that. That's partially the main reason why we don't know she came here in the first place. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station. I don't understand why they arrested Jeannie. It's not fair. But the two thugs that were at the scene, why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Freddy dead, didn't they?
No, they didn't shoot him dead, Iris. Come on. No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
This is also horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Winnenbeck was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
A locked-through mystery, eh? But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
No.
And according to detectives who investigated afterwards,
Don't tell me. There was no one else in the room.
yep, exactamundo. And she had a gun in her hand. How did you know?
Here's the only explanation. What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well,
Uh, what can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. Okay. Well, let's calm down here a little bit. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment. But I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I cannot stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to a scene of a murder. But I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me?
Oh yes, I love them.
Okay, well, Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed. Unless he ran away, because that's his style. Once he thinks that he's good, he just runs away. I imagine Sholmes running away in a hospital gown. With his butt discovered. Oh my.
And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
Yeah. I can see you're ready for action. Alright. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Yeah, you know, I think that for the sake of Iris, I think that we should see about going to... there you go. St. Sinner's Hospital. Let's go there first. To see Sholmesy.
Ernie. Oh. He's not here.
Yeah, well, I figured as much. Oh, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she? He's probably hanging around somewhere. We don't see him. In a literal sense as well.
Oh, I know what's probably happened. He was being a big baby. And the balloon one wasn't that bad after all, so he's been sent home.
Well, I would be happy for that. But maybe or not, there's no questioning that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh.
Hello, hello. Why are we here? This ward is off limits. No visiting. So what are you doing here, eh?
I have you now. Where is next of kin?
Yeah? Oh. Well, begging your pardon then, sir. Yeah, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember, like in the last case, when we had to investigate the crime scene for Olive Green. And Tobias Gregson, he would not budge until he got like the signature from Iris, and then it's all good. Well, the police station surely would know about Iris. They would do as she says, and all. And well, when it comes to those that are included in her manuscripts and the stories and such, they'll get like huge payment if they do as she says. A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great mystery solvers as a mysterious family, yeah. Yeah, that's how you see us. Fair. And his trusty skeleton from the land of the dead. Yeah, don't question it.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Harry?
I believe he's currently in the operating theater now, undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
Yeah, it's been several hours since we went in.
Oh dear. Is he going to be alright?
Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic, that is. Well, fuck. Maybe that has something to do with the drugs. Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna say it just like that. It's probably the drugs. Like, the drugs are probably affecting his body in a way that anesthetic won't help. But then again, I'm no doctor. I don't know stuff about that sort of stuff, like, whatsoever. So, who am I to know? Or maybe without drugs, he's just that energetic. Even an anesthetic cannot get him down. In more ways than one.
Oh.
I've heard a report that the gentleman claims may have a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is. Ah. So it is drugs. Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume that it won't be back here for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Harry.
Okay, well, I wanna at least check this. No? I cannot check this? I assume this is like a tiny little bit of a medical record of what he has. A little bit. In which case we would have to ask the nurse or something. There's a notice board on the wall here. Look. Let's see. What does it say? No pets, no weapons allowed. Thought of the day. On seeing any vermin, calmly and discreetly inform matron.
Yeah, they do have rats and mice in hospitals like this. They love to feast on all the medicine. You don't deal with them, there's nothing left to treat the patients.
Oh, rats and mice. I see. This is a rather old building, I suppose. Yeah, it is like the walls are surely breaking down.
But the doctors and nurses are very good, I hear.
I mean, I certainly hope so, for Mr. Sholmes' sake. We are gonna bring in the best doctor if it's needed. He will surely not die on us. Unless... Sholmesy? No, he is not on that bed. Okay.
Poor Harry.
I know. He looks as stiff as a board, doesn't it?
Well, I don't think that will bother him.
No.
I will find him asleep face down on the floor, completely dead to the world.
I think I'd call the police if I discovered someone like that. Okay, well, what else? Maybe this? Maybe this? No? Crutches? I wonder what these are. Do you have any idea, Iris? Did they prepare like crutches for him? Oh god.
Oh, have you ever seen crutches before? Let me explain. They're for people with leg injuries. To have them walk. You hold one under each arm, you see.
Right. I thought they were weapons of some sort.
Why would there be weapons in a hospital?
I don't know, maybe there was a patient that would use them as weapons. Maybe they have mastery in clutch techniques. I thought maybe a fighter had been injured in a battle contest and maybe brought here along with his weapons. Yeah, see, Ryonosuke is thinking the same way as I do.
That's surprisingly plausible.
Like, this world is quite kooky. Do not underestimate it. Okay, there's a bowl for pooping. I guess there's not much else to do here, so... Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to... Okay, well, there's Palm Crockery. Okay, well, let's visit Gina in the meantime. Hey there, Gina. Hello, Gina.
Oh, is that the grade A launcher Hardy and I made?
And apparently they left you with it as well, like inside a prison. Police incompetency is just as timeless as the court record, I guess. I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though. What are you here for?
Genie.
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So, we were thinking that we might be able to help you. You cannot. Oh, we surely can. Sorry.
Yard, get lost. Don't mean like that, Genie. I know you didn't do it. You never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh. You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I am a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Genie... I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cuff came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. I told him to get stopped. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
She wouldn't staring at me anymore, obviously, if she tried.
Why are you being like this, Genie?
Yeah. Nah, screw that. We're gonna be your defense attorney for this one. I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
He wanted me to sign some papers. Get presentation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway. The whole trial. They'll pin it on me cause I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Cause that's how it's always been for me. Growing up in the back slums. Me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, you'll get your maid dragged out by the coppers. Or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. He sold out on an injury, snaffled on the back of it. You cannot trust no one. That's the point. As soon as you do, you're gone to grass. Dead.
Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could...
Forget it! Genie. Don't you trust Rana? Nah, I don't.
Well... Sadly, that is truly the case. I mean... She still barely knows Runo, so...
Look, I'll ask you a nice thing. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, well, you know... You can say all you want, but we are gonna be there to defend you. Wait, tell us what happened, Gina. Last night, at the pawnbroker's.
There's nothing to tell. I figured it paid me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked on me, and, well, you know the rest. But why, Genie? Why would he do that? Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. I think it ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't even get nothing.
Yeah, I do have to question that. Is that really why you broke into the place? It wouldn't have anything to do with some manuscript, maybe? Or something? To prove to somebody something? Or maybe you were going for something else?
What?
Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else?
I'll give it a rest. What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference. Please tell us, Genie. We'll believe you. Whatever it is. Please, don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
What did he mean before, Gina? When he said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help.
Sorry. We are out of time. You're gonna wanna question me now. Genie, please. Oh yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by.
Okay. Another kitty cat photo? Photograph print. Well, a really adorable cat. Another cat!
I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point me having it. I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in a photograph of that overcoat. Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Genie.
Alrighty then. White cat photograph. Obtained from Gina while interviewing her in prison cell. Well, there's our first evidence. I guess there's that. Let me see about this. But yeah, I feel like at first glance you see these as two things that happened that are unrelated to each other. Like first would be what happened with Edgar Benedict during the day and what happened that night. Like maybe there's a connection between the two. That is also something that we're gonna have to investigate. But hello there. That's an adorable little cat. I think it looks like Wagai. I just thought that cats like to curl up inside under the heated Kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different. Maybe. This is during winter, that's for sure. Or more than likely February as well, if I'm to think about it. It's not a little cat. Let's see, what's written here? 13th February, yeah. Something told me that would be something recent. If the code was deposited on 15th February, then... Wait, this is also deposited. Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it.
13th February, 9 p.m. Article deposited one small box.
What?
Loan amount paid 10 shillings. Redemption deadline 14 April 9 p.m.
Ah, so I guess this was part of a completely different item that was deposited. It wasn't inside the code as well. So this whatever print is a redemption ticket.
13 February. That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it?
Small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
Right now, if Mr. McGill still had the ticket, then presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop?
Yeah. But the question is, how did this get inside the coat? Or rather, no, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be that this was inside that box or anything like that, no. Well, actually... Okay. If it's something McGill deposited, we need to investigate. A redemption ticket issued from the pawnbroker owned by the victim, Mr. Wienebeck, in the form of some handwritten notes on the back of a photograph. I assume this is written by Wienebeck when the redemption ticket was made. They would write this stuff on the back of a photograph? Huh. Okay. Quite an interesting thing going on over here. Okay, well, actually, can we present something here? Nah, not really. Or, actually, we can present this. Have you actually read what is behind this? Here, Gina, look at this. Nota. I wasn't saying you could have it. Oh, weren't you? Well, when someone says I can't have stuff, it makes me want it, see? So you better hand it over now. But that's the same thing that you gave me. Okay. If we were to show this to her, she would want it. Wait, where's my arm gun? Iris?
What's the problem? Something wrong? I don't suppose you're looking for this.
How the hell did you get... I guess Buduanosuke was too close to the cell. How? Wait. Oh my god, you're both... You... Oh my god, you're magical too!
Nah. I don't delve myself into that kind of sorcery. But I got a talent for it, have I? Diving.
That's bordering on black magic. And it makes me, I was about to say about my armband seem a little dull.
So, what do you want to tell me about it then?
And that we are a lawyer that wants to defend you. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what kind of person you are. You are eventually gonna cave in. At some point. Okay, well, in which case I guess we could just actually, I don't know, let's go back home a little bit. Nothing happening around here, maybe? Yeah, there's also this room. Come to think of it, I haven't seen you doing much writing recently, Iris. But it's very well already set up in that typewriter, I noticed. As if you're about to start.
Yeah, I'm a little bit stuck for a new story idea, actually.
Oh. You could consider using what happened to Mr. Natsume, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. That's a fabulous idea. And a great little title that has just popped into my head as well. The Adventure of the Kitty Man. How's that now?
Oh, I mean... when you don't have cases to write about Sholmes, you can have some stories written about the defense attorney, you know. Write some history. Okay, well, I think that's about it. Let's move here a little bit, I guess. Well, there's a telegram over here, but Susato did say that we should not touch it. It is when Susato tells us that we're gonna learn. I just hope that the story will not bite me in the ass and say that I should have investigated that. I hope so. Okay. Hey, horsey? There's still a skull on your carriage outside Winniebags.
I never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home.
Poor Iris. She's very upset by all this. I'm sorry. I was there. I should have done more.
None of this is your fault, Bruno. So please, don't apologize.
But
It's the criminals who are to blame for all this. So let's investigate and work on how to catch them.
Yeah, got it, sweet. Alright. Let's go inside. And see what we can get out of this. Like, what do we found with that ticket? That is another connection to the other case. That's for sure.
This is where it happened then. Last night.
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
I don't know, there's something on the floor there, by the counter. You're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black.
Oi, I heard that.
Hey, Toby! Na. What are you doing? I suppose I have to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind. Hey, that's not what you're supposed to say to a person that might have gotten in danger, you know? That's not something you should say. It's like in the first Spider-Man movie when Peter Parker let the criminal get away, and there was also a police guy running after him, and after the criminal got away and the police guy was running after him, he asked Peter, "What's the matter with you? You ran away." "Oh, sorry, I guess an innocent civilian would have to stop the criminal who might also die." Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I couldn't assign next time meant to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. He's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Hey! You better be careful what you're saying next, Gregson, otherwise you're gonna get quite a spanking from Iris. Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming.
He's beginning to take full responsibility for what happened to Hardy, as he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are tending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am. As you say.
The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Will you believe this guy? He looks like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about personality change.
Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice? Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Grexy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me. If you'd like some.
Oh, a cute little thermos.
Ah, lovely. Very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship.
Mmm. I love that they made such a detailed animation for Gregson over here enjoying his tea. Look at those eyes. I don't even recognize him like this. Alright then.